Hi, ECOST 2022. I am Dr. Samantha Estrada, and I'm presenting this poster with master's student Erica Martinez and undergraduate students Sergio and Ana Fernandez da Silva. So the background for this poster is definitely the adjunct faculty phenomenon, where we have seen tenure track positions decline, and we have seen adjunct positions, part-time positions, or temporary positions increase in higher education. With a large portion of courses being taught by temporary or part-time faculty. Most of the research that has been done on adjunct faculty focuses on connection to the university, job satisfaction, professional development needs. Raman 2020 has a really nice article focusing on pre-calculus part-time faculty and what their job satisfaction. There's also research on the relationship between grade and whether the course, especially those developmental courses for mathematics, whether they're being taught by a part-time instructor or not. Statistics also has this very unique phenomenon where it's taught across multiple fields. For some that come to mind are psychology, mathematics, of course, business, health sciences, nursing, and so on. And depending on the department, it may fall on a person that definitely has a statistics background. It may fall on a person that has just a very good quantitative background. For this specific poster, I focus on the questions about technology and using real data and using technology for teaching introductory statistics courses. And I refer to the GAZE guidelines, which recommended that we start moving into that direction rather than simply utilizing paper pencil or computational type of assessments. Before I collected any data, I actually obtained IRB approval. I found participants in 3 different ways. The first one was I was in a statistics department at one point in my life, and I was my own gatekeeper, where I connected with some people that were willing to do the interviews with me. I also posted on Reddit looking for participants, and I gave my guidelines. I was looking for part-time instructors, college level. The interview would take 45 minutes. It was done through Zoom. I would record it. The participants were compensated. And I was able to find very nice people that were willing to share their experiences in teaching with me. Ended up getting a lot of graduate students when I went through Reddit. So I tried to recalculate again, and I approached the cost listserver, and I was overwhelmed by how many people were willing to participate in my study. The interviews mostly ranged from 30 to 45 minutes. We were able to collect data from 15 adjunct instructors, and eventually we did the data analysis in an introductory course. So here I have a very quick visual on what the participants look like. They came from various fields. I had people representing business statistics, statistics within a nursing department, sociology, a couple of people that were from biostatistics places, geostatistics, a geography department that taught their own specific statistics course. I had a pretty good portion, I'm going to say at least 9 people that were graduate students. Most of the people that I was able to recruit through CAUSE had graduate degrees. For example, they had PhDs or masters. What did I find? There was a minority of the adjuncts who still used paper pencil. They had an approach to calculation and on the test. But it was a minority of them, and a lot of them were teaching either because it was required by their program or because they were moving somewhere else, moving into a different program, or they were moving into a different job and they were just doing it temporarily and they just had that opportunity. The adjuncts mentioned a variety of software. There was no real consensus. Minitab, R, RStudio, Excel. Here I have this example that one of the adjuncts was kind enough to share, where she created her own spreadsheets. She used the LMS to her advantage. She would post her answers, and that's how she was able to bring in that quote-unquote real data into her class. She was not given a lot of guidance on how to teach it, and that was a common theme among the Adjuncts, except for one who actually did redesign the whole course. But a lot of them realized that using data was useful, using software was useful for the students, and they took an approach where if they had assessments, they tended to be open book, open notes. They would use lockdown browser, but the test would be online, and the students could use any resource to complete it. The main takeaway for practitioners here was the use of StatKey, which is a free resource that comes with the log textbook. I may have one extra log there. The Adjuncts that I interviewed from COS, there was a trend of teaching simulation, not so much the central limit theorem, and there was a lot of emphasis on using StatKey because it was a free resource. One adjunct talked about how it made it very easy for her because her classes were very large. It created basically a different data set for each one of the students, and then they would just write a report based on the parameters they got from StatKey. So this is definitely something that anyone can incorporate into their class.